Well, hey friends, it's Tracey and Violet from Tea Time with Tracey and Violet. I'm just getting some videos banged out here tonight. The kids have gone to bed. I can hear they're not asleep yet, but I wanted to get some things done and have a cup of tea because it's been a long day. I just got done talking about a book that I finished yesterday, so that video will be up probably before this one, but I'm having some Earl Grey tea. But I'll show you this beautiful lady. If you watch those other videos, you will have seen her. Pow, look at that. Look at that. Her secret weapon. So she has gold up at the top, thick gold down at the bottom. All about the shoes, right? She has gold down this side and this side, but not on her elbow side. But she does have a mighty thick shoulder pad up there. And that's her skirt or pedestal with gold around the edges. Perfect. Queen Anne bone china, England. So yeah, I'm having some Earl Grey tea and I'm going to open some books. I have a bunch of other books to open too, but I'm not going to open them all in this video because it would be super long. Violet is being a complete turkey. But I said to myself, I'm going to be making videos till I drink that whole stinking pot of tea because that's what I want to do. That's what I'm going to do. So anyways, some of these have trickled in over the past week. I just haven't opened them because I was busy. And October is upon us. Well, it's actually September 30th right now. Tomorrow is October 1st, which is amazing. I love it. And I want to try to compile a TBR list. I'm not very good at following those. I'm more of a mood reader, but I'll pick out a bunch of books, and if I read half of them, I'm happy about that. So The Devil of Nanking. Is that it? Yes. I've seen people talk about this on BookTube. And it's like a suspense thriller, but they say it's very scary. The tragedy that happened in Nanking, I guess there's a special video about it, hidden secret video, and this reporter travels there and tries to convince this person to show her or help her find this video. And I really don't know anything else about it, but it scared the pants off of some people, and I'm like, ooh. Oh, I did buy the second hand, just so, you can see. I know people are very particular about spines being broken and stuff. That doesn't bother me at all. It just gives it more personality. Yeah. Used. Just thinking I forget what I paid for it. Yeah. Anyways, that's one. I was planning on reading like suspense thriller books in November. We'll see how it goes. Because again, I'm a mood reader. Like, I bought this secondhand. It's a hardcover book. I can already feel that. We'll just open it up and see. Cold Skin. I forget which one this one is. I ordered a bunch of books that were for like the end of the world, apocalyptic, tragedy, like that sort of thing. Either zombie or EMP or good and evil, or I plan on reading a bunch of those in the new year. I forget what this one is. On the edge of the Antarctic Circle in the years after World War I, a steamship approaches a desolate island far from all shipping lanes. On board, a young man on his way to assume the post of weather official. Here he plans to live in solitude for a year at the cold end of the earth. But on shore he finds no trace of the man whom he has been sent up to replace, only the lighthouse, a deserted cabin in the surrounding sea, and a mysterious castaway. Then nights begin to fall. Uh, then nights begin to fall. Albert, who writes this? Albert Sanchez Pinole, Cold Skin as Violet, is one of the strangest, most unsettling works of contemporary Spanish fiction and internationally acclaimed tour de force of dark and sexual anxiety. What? So I think this is more of a like isolation haunting, maybe? I don't know. There. Yeah, I like to read ones that people talk about, but then I like to find ones on my own that nobody seems to talk about to see, because there's so many great authors out there that, not that I have a great big platform that people are gonna, take my advice, but I like to read, and I don't want to say underdog, but just people that don't get the reviews or anything like that. Oh, this one I'm excited about. Again, bought it secondhand. This is called Blindness. You might have heard of this one. This kind of falls in the category of the end of the world or not, but apparently everybody ends up going blind, and chaos ensues, except for one lady. I think of the lady. She's the only one that can see, but everybody goes crazy because everybody all of a sudden goes blind. And what the heck? Winner of the Nobel Prize of Literature. Yeah. Ever heard of that one? Again, secondhand. Violet, what are you doing? You better be playing with one of your toys, not one of Maze's. Oh, I'm looking forward to this one too. The Feast of Snakes. I guess this one is quite morbid and disturbing. This is kind of like not paranormal, but just crazy. Let me just see. No. Oh, it doesn't really say. What I recall, it's like somewhere's down south. It's bizarre. It's murderous. Yeah. From the novelist The New Yorker, called A Writer Extraordinaire Power, A Feast of Snakes is wildly weird and breathtakingly original visit to the rural South and the exotic subculture that erupts in all its glory at the Rattlesnake Roundup in Mystic, Georgia. Joe Lon Mackey, a former All-American running back, now without purpose or pleasure in life, decides that the gathering of snake hunters in his hometown is the ideal opportunity to get some attention. He searches for excitement, triggers a bizarre series of events, including adultery, castration, suicide, and murder. And Harry Crews, once again present in macabre, hilarious and irresistible version of the human comedy. So I guess it's quite something. And I just got to see what the big whoop is about this one. Again, one of those finds, just falling down the rabbit hole on the internet. Gonna read it. I'll let you know. Like Porno for Psychos. Rath James White. Yeah. I think one of those gory, crazy ones again. Violent, erotic, blasphemous, and extreme. That's just a quote from Fear Zone. Without apologies, White tears through your emotions from sympathy to hate to humor to shock from the horror web. Does it say what it's about? Is it short stories? I'm not really Yeah, it's a bunch of short stories, weird short stories. Personally, I'm not into short stories. I don't care for short stories that much because I like to invest in a bigger story, but I wanted to read this author, and a lot of people said this was whackers crackers, and I could read. I think I could read this super fast. It's not very big. It's not very big, so I'm assuming all of the stories are quite drastic. Um, there's only 85 pages in this, so I might read that for October in my to be read pile because I could zip through that in an afternoon. Yeah. Let me see here. Fighting to Survive. I think this is, I bought this secondhand too. I think this is in a series. Yeah, book 2. As the World Dies, book 2. I think there's 3 books. And the other ones might be in here, and the other books I need to open. But I believe this one is about, I don't know the specific one, but is this the one about 2 like, no liver? Oh, here comes one of my kids again. Just hold on a minute. Yeah, I think this has to do with the first book. 2 like housewives kind of thing, don't know each other, but a zombie apocalypse, pretty much what happens. And the trilogy follows those 2 along. So, yeah. Anybody read any of her? Rihanna Frater? I don't know if I'm saying that right. Yeah. Fighting to Survive. I gotta love myself some zombies. I just haven't read very many. I don't think I've read any zombie books except like paranormal romances. Not that zombies are the main character, but there's zombies or zombie-like creatures in them sometimes. But I'd like to read a good zombie series. Now, these aren't horror books at all. Well, one of them kind of is, but I ordered another Tilly Cole book, Lords of London Town. And I really, 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 really like Tilly Cole. And I almost wanted to read Tilly Cole for the month of October, but I have a lot of horror books to read that I want to read too. And I'll save Tilly Cole for another time because I got a lot of her books now and I really want to read them. And I got another book. This is kind of my understanding. A lot of comments said it's kind of like Peaky Blinders, only not way back when. But this guy that's shady and the underground kind of criminal underground of London, some rich girl, drama ensues. Tilly does dark, okay? She writes dark. Yeah. Dark love romance kind of thing. Yeah, Tilly Cole. And I like that her books are not little. This isn't like super big, but you know, I like her size books. I do. And then I got Toxic Love. Yes, again, not necessarily horror, kind of, because it's very disgusting and disturbing. By Christopher Triana. One of the most exciting and disturbing voices of extreme horror in quite some time. That was from Brian King. It says, warning, this book contains hazardous material. Handle with extreme caution. Exposure to its contents can cause severe damage to one's health. I believe this has to do with I'm just trying to think. Is this the right one? A guy that cleans up, or no, a grave digger maybe, or cleans up murder sites, and a girl, and I guess it's pretty disturbingly disgusting in some senses. So I can't really say anything more about that because I really can't recall. But I got it because I want to see what extreme horror is. I don't know if I've read extreme horror, and if I haven't, I want to read extreme horror. So I want to see if I like it. There, that one. I will try anything once. Just about anything once. This one's a hardcover one. I got secondhand again. The Roanoke Girls. Roanoke? By Amy Ingalls. I forget. Let's see here. After a mother's suicide, 15-year-old Lane Roanoke moved in with her grandparents and fireball cousin Allegra on their vast estate in rural Kansas. Lane knew little of her mother's mysterious family, but quickly embraced life as one of the rich and beautiful Roanoke girls until she discovered the dark truth at the heart of the family and ran fast and far away. 11 years later, Lane is adrift in Los Angeles when her grandfather calls to tell her Allegra has gone missing. Did she run too, or something worse? Unable to resist his pleas, Lane returns to help search and ease her guilt at having left Allegra behind. Her homecoming may mean a second chance with the boyfriend whose heart she broke that long ago summer, but also means facing the devastating secret that made her flee. One she might not be strong enough to run from. As it weaves between Lane's first Roanoke summer and her return, the Roanoke Girl shocks and tantalizes, exploring family secrets and the fierce and terrible love that binds them together and rips them apart. So I don't know if this is a suspense thriller. Somebody said this was quite something. And I got it at a cheap price. And there, I got it. Yeah. Okay. I'll open this box and then I'll call it a night. I can't tell how long this has been. I might be running out of space on my phone. I'll have to keep an eye on that. Ooh. There. Oh yeah. I told you I would get them. I told you. Alright, nobody recommended this. I found it on my own. This is a trilogy about an EMP attack on America. Like if you electromagnetic pulse that shut down all electrical things. Pretty much America goes to hell in a handbasket. Any place would these days because everything depends on electricity, cars, most things. And it's about this man who has to get from one side of the country to the other back to his family. And I'm just like, I never seen anybody talk about this. I just found it and I read one book 1 second after, and I actually got that if you've seen in one of my other hauls, but it's about an EMP attack and it was phenomenal. And I'm just like, I want to read this guy, see how that turns out. And they're not long books. It could be one big book, but they're probably, I don't know, 200 pages each. Keith Taylor. America Down, America Strong. I don't know which one's first. Probably America Down's first. Are these not... These pages aren't numbered. That's funny. They're not even numbered. America Down, America Strong, America Dark. I don't know exactly what order they go in, but I would devour this probably like in a week kind of thing. All three of them. They're not very long. So, yeah, that'll be for my end of the world. I like a bloody good end of the world story. And then I got The First 30 Days. This is a zombie apocalypse book. I forget if this is a standalone. Zombies. It was out in the open. That word that I had been avoiding for days. Now that it was out, there was no putting it back. But yeah, a zombie apocalypse. I'll go more into this when I actually read it. But yeah, I seen somebody say this was really good. And I thought, what the heck? Why not? I'm just seeing if that... Oh, this is a big one. Oh, that's a big one. Yeah. Anyways, Laura Powell. I'm going to have a nice collection of apocalyptic books, and I'm excited about that. Now, this is a big one, but I think this has 3 books in it, the complete trilogy. This is, again, by that Keith Taylor, the one that did that trilogy. This is, I've seen people talking about this, not that. You could buy all these books individually, but I bought the trilogy. It was cheaper. I did buy this new. I forget how much it was. And this is a zombie apocalypse thriller. So he must be a writer of end of the world stuff, because he did an EMP one, a zombie one, and I want to try on different zombie apocalypse writers. I want to try on a bunch of like EMP, nuclear war ones, some good and evil. Like I did read The Stand before, but I plan on reading Swan Song and just ones like that. But yeah, zombie apocalypse, and those other ones, zombie apocalypse. So I'm going to end this video now. I do have more books to open, but that'll be in another video. So you might be thinking, God, you get a lot of books, but I do buy most of them secondhand, and I do read my books. I really do read my books. It's just when I see them, I need to put a book ban on myself, or I allot myself so many treats. And this is my weakness in the sense that I don't go overboard with my budget. I don't buy frivolous things. I buy stuff for my family, that we need stuff, and this is my little indulgence. I don't drink, I don't smoke, I do read books, and if I can get them used, I will. So anyways, that's all I'll say about that. So peace, love, and happiness today and every single day. Please like, share, and subscribe if you so choose, but if not, that's okay too. I still love you. I still want all the happiness in the world for each and every one of you out there. I certainly do. I really, really honest and truly do. Yes, I do. So all right, guys. Well, with that, I want to say have a good night or have a good morning. And I might see you tomorrow. Bye. Bloop.